After each 4-year term by a city council member, elections are held to either re-elect the current sitting member or to elect a new person to fill the position. This year, the number one city council seat, Olympia mayor, is up for election. I asked one of the candidates for mayor, as well as his campaign manager, how do you run for mayor of Olympia? Nathaniel Jones is a current second-term city council member sitting on seat 3, and his campaign manager, Hyer, is a former city council member and local business owner. An important question to consider is, why does a candidate want to run? What are the influences or motives of a current candidate for mayor?
I've been on the city council for 2 terms now, almost 8 years, and I have always been interested in public policy. Being able to influence decisions and being able to make life better for the community.
After the decision has been made to run, there are steps a candidate must take before elections. All filing must be completed in May, but the campaign begins much longer in advance.
You really need to set the infrastructure in place. I first announced in December, so almost 12 months before the actual election.
If you want to run for office, I think it doesn't start in May, it starts the previous November.
For Nathaniel, the hardest part of building his campaign was selecting the right person for campaign manager.
I knew that I needed someone to help me manage the campaign. I needed somebody who had been involved in numerous campaigns in the past.
Once the right person is picked for campaign manager, what does the position do for a campaign?
The campaign manager's most important role is to keep the candidate going down the tracks. I think the biggest thing is keeping everything organized and going in the same direction. My first work was 20 or 30 hours of data. Knowing what the turnout's going to be in a given year lets you determine how many votes you need to win and lets you target getting that number of votes. There were elections in 2018, and some of them can give you a clue as to how voters are thinking.
Nathaniel's campaign is focused on topics such as collaborative leadership, homelessness, housing affordability, economic vitality, climate, and transportation.
Things like homelessness and housing affordability and climate action, those are areas that the community is telling me we've got to address. I've spent a lot of time researching those areas. I currently am a director on the Economic Development Council. I spent 25 years working in public transportation.
Jones and Hyer explain why experience is important, not only for the candidate, but for the campaign staff also.
In order to govern, you need to have a deep understanding of the issues and also what alternatives are available, of financial management, of communication systems, of data analysis.
Sometimes a community needs a specific skill set. It's becoming more and more important, even at the local level, to be somewhat sophisticated in how you campaign. It's resource management, a lot of it, and use of technology. A candidate that knows what they're doing knows that half the houses don't have any registered voters, and half the houses that do have registered voters haven't voted ever or don't vote regularly. In a democracy, everybody can run for office.
Right.
Those that win seats for office are those that have planned well.
A good campaign and candidate are essential for a successful election, with help from inspired volunteers like you and like me.
Volunteers are the primary resource. You have got to have people who are willing to give you their time and energy in order to make this work.